Hi, and welcome back to my next video in this series of Kihon concepts. And in this one, I want to talk about receiving. Now, in my last video, I talked about the three parts of a kata, where you have receive, reverse, and return. So this video, I want to talk about receiving. In Japanese, you will see terms like Ukeru or Uke to mean receive or to receive. But it's in concept, it seems like it's a defensive maneuver, but you can also receive things in a way that is also offensive. And this is where we get into, at least in my class and how I teach this art of Bujinkan Budo Taijutsu, that you essentially can break down receiving into three things. You have timing of when to receive, you have the method of how to receive, and you have position of where you are receiving it. And those three things, when put together, become very effective in a strategic sense to make the receiving of an attack part of the second part, which is to reverse the attack. And that in your receiving, you are setting up an opportunity for you to transition. Somebody throwing attack after you, maybe you're just trying to survive, but at some point, the method and how you receive should enable you to then have an opportunity where there's a shift, there's a change in the control. The attacker is going to attack you from a position of strength. No attacker attacks unless they have some sense that they're going to succeed in that attack. Or unless they're just being suicidal. But particularly with real attack dynamics, that they are looking to want to do it from a position of advantage, either putting you into a disadvantage or waiting and attacking you when you are not at your best, or when you are weak, or coming at you at an angle where you're not strong. All these things go into that. It's not necessarily expressed in a kata when you have set forms, but I can discuss that later in another video. But let's take a look at these three aspects of timing and method and position. So the first one, timing. So in timing in Japanese, you have different strategies when it comes to initiative. They call it initiative, but it's just the timing of things. You know, you have sensen no sen and sen no sen and go no sen. Or in essence, it's basically before, during, and after the attack, or preemptively and simultaneously and subsequently, whatever fancy words you want to put it. To do preemptive would be to basically attack before they can attack, but they're already committed to the attack. So it's not like you're launching a first attack. They're already in their mindset, they're already going to attack. You just do something that affects them first before that attack can be fully launched. Simultaneously, that's pretty self-explanatory. And then afterward is when the attack is fully out there and they're about to bring back or about to reset themselves. So in the case of punching, if I draw my arm back, preemptively would be to affect maybe this, I'm just using an example, maybe you strike this shoulder or this arm to deaden that, boom, and that arm, now they can't hit you. Simultaneously, I throw this punch, you're moving in time with the punch in a way that you're able to then affect me or hit the arm or whatever at the same time while it's still in motion. And then subsequent or after would be as the punch is out and now I'm starting to come back, or as it's fully extended, you strike the arm, move the arm, manipulate the arm, attack me, whatever the situation is, but the attack is fully out there and it's about to come back. Or maybe it's as the punch is returning too. That's another type of subsequent. So back, and as I'm coming back, you're jamming it up or hitting me or whatever. So those are the three timings. For methods, at least in my class, I have three that I use in my training, and the Japanese words for those. It's conceptual in nature, but the first one is totoku, or shield. So it's the idea that you're shielding you're just receiving the attack like a shield, like if you had a shield. And the second one is daken, or also known as uche, like ukeuchi, meaning to strike. You attack the attack. So, you know, whether it's fists, elbows, whatever, you know, anything like that, you're attacking the attack. And then you have nagashi, which is, sometimes it could be known as barai, etc., for sweep, but nagashi simply means to diffuse it. It's like to just kind of wipe it away, like it's just gone, to redirect it or whatever, sweep it away, or, you know. So it's a passive approach. So you have shielding, attacking, and redirecting or diffusing. So those are the three methods that we use. And then of course position. So with position, it's where are you moving to? Are you moving towards the attack, away from the attack, alongside the attack? Is it a pivot? Is it an extend? Is it, I mean, what is it? But you want to have position because you want to move your vitals. They're trying to attack something on you. They're trying to hit you in a spot they think is weak. And attack dynamics, I'll cover this in another video, but attack dynamics can be broken up into three things as well. You know what you want to attack, the target. You want to know how you're going to attack it, and you want to know when and where, the strategy behind that, the logistics of it. So, like for instance, if somebody's going to punch me in the face, my face is right here, and so they know that they're going to execute the punch using dynamics where their maximum force and power is going to be right here. And they're going to do it at an angle that my face is going to be more exposed, or maybe more vulnerable targets or whatever, and they're going to do it with a particular style of punching or a fist that they believe maximizes what they're trying to affect. So by position, if I change my position, I've affected that. So their power dynamic's going to be maximized right here, but I've shifted off that point so that even if I do get hit, the damage is lessened, it's mitigated, maybe it deflects or whatever, by just shifting position. So timing, method, and position are the three elements to receiving. And again, in how you approach your kata, you want to take a look at how is that kata receiving that attack. And the effect from that should open the gate for you to get to the next part, which is the reverse part, where you're able to start to switch that advantage-disadvantage dynamic to your favor. So I hope you find that helpful. Again, I'm not going to get into how you do these things. I'll leave that to your individual instructors, but just understand on a conceptual basis that these things exist in all martial arts, and by understanding those elements, that might help you understand those parts in your kata a little bit more, and maybe open your eyes and your perspective a little bit more. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please feel free to like and comment, subscribe to my channel, please. Help me support this channel, help me grow this channel. I will continue to produce more videos, but in the meantime, I hope you find this useful, and I appreciate any and all feedback as long as it's respectful, constructive, and supportive, and not just complaining or negative trolling, that sort of stuff. So anyway, thank you for watching, and please keep training.